am I doing with my life? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Just JP. My name is Justin, and today we are listening to Opeth with their song, Dignity. This is from their album In Cauda Venenum. I believe that's how you pronounce it. This is their 13th studio album. I've had this song on my list for a very, very long time, but 28 minutes before I started recording this video, Alan Vrabak had recommended this song, so technically this is a viewer's choice, even though it's been on my list for like months. Opeth, a band that I have always enjoyed, even though I haven't heard all of their albums. I've listened to Ghost of Perdition, Blackwater Park, Damnation, and I think that's it. I've heard a few other songs here and there off of their other albums, but those are the only 3 that I've actually listened to in completion. Anyways, I hope that you guys and your families are doing well, especially during this crazy time that it is. You can join me on Twitter, you can join me in the comments down below. Let's do it. This is Opeth with Dignity. missed the joke on the end there. All right, listen, bear with me, okay? Opeth is a band that you are always going to get quality. I think that is something that's pretty much undeniable. You're always going to get quality music when it comes to Opeth. They are talented musicians. They are masters of songwriting. They have so many gifts and they bring them all together in just this wonderfully wrapped package. Sometimes it's a dark package, but it's a good package, you know? And one thing that I appreciate and always have about Opeth is that they are not a stagnant band. They are, to me, the definition of what a progressive band should be. Kind of like Ulver, another band that started as a black metal band and pursued other genre changes, moving into electronic, trip-hop even. Opeth is a band that, yes, you are going to get hard-hitting riffs, amazing vocals, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, great instrumentals all around, and I really do mean all around. I want to talk about the bass. At another point, I want to talk about the guitar. At another point, I want to talk about the drumming. Everything comes together perfectly well in what they attempt to capture with their music. And another thing that surprised me is that I wasn't expecting the growl in the song, like about near the ending. It was perfectly used, which I'll get into. But I wasn't expecting it because I believe that Opeth had pretty much gotten rid of all of their harsh vocals. I believe from Heritage, they stopped growling. You might have to correct me if I'm wrong. I might be totally wrong. I did listen to some of Sorceress. I didn't listen to any of Pale Communion. I like how Opeth has transformed themselves to an extent while still maintaining the heart of what they are and who they are, adding things, taking away things, while still remaining true at heart to who they are. Forgive me for as long as I've listened to them, I do not know if the lead singer's name is pronounced Michael or Mikhail. I am so sorry. Nothing has been lost from their music. As a matter of fact, their music has continued to progress. This song, to me, is just as heavy as some of their older stuff. And they have always been a master of making heavy music really heavy, but then also making lighter moments very light and sound very good. And that difference in their music would have been most obviously captured in their albums Deliverance, very heavy, and Damnation, super light. If you don't like Opeth at their heavy moments, Damnation is the album for you. The opening explosion of the riffs with the ah. Ooh. Come on, the intro is perfect. The intro is just good. The bass work really throughout the whole song, and yes, bass is something that I noticed, but especially with Opeth, bass is so smooth. Bass has a place in their metal. Especially in the metal genre, bass kind of gets left out in the dark. But with Opeth, they have always let their bass playing shine through, always providing this, ooh, like this really powerful groove that just like gets into you. Surrounded by the guitars, surrounded by the atmosphere from the keyboards. That riff is so smooth. I love that. It's so gothic. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. And then they let that rhythm kind of ride out and they have the speaking going on at that place. Now, I know that this album they had also released, I believe, in Swedish. The speech in the beginning of the song, apparently it's a speech by the former Prime Minister of Sweden, Olof Palme. And it's about change, and as we get further into the song, there's quite a big change taking place in someone's life. But the song seems to be about change and the good that some people look forward to in the change, but then the change that could also be a bad thing. Here, in the lyrics and talking about the story, it's definitely not a good one. The music itself is also changing, ever changing as a matter of fact, but never so much that it becomes tumultuous, never so much that it's just chaotic. They always do it tastefully, and they always allow each of their sections to breathe as well. Okay, now I want you to do me a favor. If you have paid attention to the story, if you have the lyrics pulled up, because I know that you guys pull up the lyrics while I'm doing these videos, tell me what you think, because this is what I think, okay? And maybe it's because the lyrics are putting the story into my mind, which of course I correlate to the music. But pay attention to me, okay? The story of this song seems to be about someone, a girl, a young girl, who is forced into a marriage. A forced marriage. An arranged marriage, if you will. Arranged is a nice way of putting it, but forced marriage, if you will. Just briefly getting to the lyrics. Prince of Lies is on his knee, holy right, spreading the disease. By his side, a youthful girl, wedlock force unfurls. She is young, far too young, far too young. Okay, so she's being forced into a marriage that she definitely does not want to be a part of. Now, marriage, church, wedding bells, wedding bells, wedding bells. This might be a reach. This might be a reach. But tell me what this section sounds like before it gets into the lyrics. All right, to me, that sounds like a very metal version and interpretation of wedding bells. Am I reaching? I might be reaching, but you know what? It sets me up for the story, and it sets me up right. The way that Mikhail changes his voice just slightly when he says she's young, it's a little bit of a deeper, softer tone. And to me, it sounds like the onlookers who are watching the wedding happening, saying, she's young, and then saying again, she's far too young. Just the change in his voice makes me think of different perspectives. You're getting the scene of the wedding. I love that. See, here it sounds very beautiful, almost as if something innocent is happening, almost as something romantic, holy is happening, but it's not, as we've came from the introduction, and when we get into the heavier section that comes in again after this, there's something a little more sinister going on, and it comes in momentously. Everyone's happy? The surrounding tone of everything was like marriage, happy. But once that comes in, can we dictate a life with dignity, foul agenda, corrupt in secrecy? Oh, no. One false prayer wielding blasphemy, price the spirit as a wanted property. He has always been one of my favorite vocalists. His range from his growling, which is exceptional, to his singing, which has always been great. But to me, it's here where he really feels comfortable singing. Like singing, Not like his soft voice, which has always been nice. Because a lot of vocalists excel in either one or the other. Clean and dynamic singing or powerful and deep growls. Mikhail has always excelled in both, no doubt about it. But I can hear him here now really pushing into those cleans and even getting a little bit of rough texture in his throat as well. Listen to how he begins that riff when he yells it out. Power in his voice. I haven't listened to a ton of Opeth, but I don't remember him singing like that. And that is just a solid, bone-crushing riff. The way they create music to me is just so interesting and is really worthy of listening. I like the section there where he says, congratulations to the 5 men of affairs, there was a purpose with this life. Insinuations, if she holds anything dear, then it motivates submission in his lair. So it's a very sarcastic tone that Mikhail is taking there when he says, congratulations to you 5 men of affairs, You've ruined this girl's life. You really have. She was an innocent girl. Everyone loved her, whatever. And look, you forced her into a marriage, but not only into a marriage, but a marriage with someone who they say is a prince of lies. Someone deceitful, someone who is not what he appears to be. And then it ends with the continuing refrain. He is waiting in darkness, opens the door, he's slithering. Slithering, he is a monster, he is a creep. There is something wrong with this guy, literal or figuratively, either way, she does not want to be with this guy. But can we talk about how that refrain is delivered? Come on. I can't. There is absolutely nothing bad about this song. This is a great song. And then even the ending is just beautiful. I mean, they can take the ugly, they can take the beauty, and they can put them together in a way that makes sense. They can do it. And like I said, Mikhail does not do growls, as far as I know, anymore. But we have to mention the beastly growl that he unleashes over here around 5 minutes. From the beauty, back down. And the way it gets into that ending part, lovely. But listen to the growl itself, because it starts very human. It starts very much in his just kind of normal yelling voice, and then it devolves into an actual growl. I like that. Yeah, that's perfect. That's good. Anyways, I like this song a lot. Please, I want to know your thoughts. Did you love this song? Did you hate this song? I know that I'm a little late on this song, but I'm a little late on like every song that I do. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. I'm really curious to hear what you think of Opeth. Let me know what you think of their old stuff, their new stuff, the direction they're taking. What directions do they have to take that are left? I'm curious. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. Thank you again.